In just 12 moves, Mikhail Tal forces the resignation of his opponent, Rafael Vaganian, who is playing with the black pieces here, and Tal is playing with the white pieces here. And after d5, knight comes to d2, and this is the French defense, so the Tarrasch variation of the French defense that is on the board. So knight comes to c6 and developing the knight on the queen side, knight to g3 to f3. Sorry, now knight g to f3 now, and knight to f6 by black, and pawn push to e5, not allowing the pawn to capture and hitting that knight, and the knight reorients to d7 and knight to b3 now, after which pawn is pushed to f6 trying to counter that pawn on e5, and bishop now comes to b5 attacking the knight over here. And once the pawn captures the pawn captures back, and knight comes to c5 over here. So a better move was to bring your bishop over here, was a better move because it would have allowed you to castle on the king side in the next move. Knight to g5 now, creating an immediate attack on the king, which is exposed because the f pawn is already gone, and with the knight there is smelling trouble. Bishop to d7 is now played despite of the knight attack. Now trying to unpin this particular knight, because it's pinned. You cannot move this knight, and it could get captured. And it's like uh, you cannot capture this piece because of the pinning, basically. So bishop captures the knight, and pawn captures the knight back, which is actually the mistake that costed him this match. A better move would be to capture back with your bishop over here and let this pawn go. The idea is to defend this particular pawn, because once this knight captures, the bishop captures, you can take this pawn with an attack on the queen, and your queen can also jump into the attack. So he's trying to defend that, takes this pawn with his pawn, but take the capture back with his pawn instead of the bishop. But it proves to be a big mistake, because the queen comes in and plays the check with an h5 check, and after the pawn push attacking the queen and also closing the check to g6, queen comes to f3 over here. And as of this position, Rafael Vaganian resigns the game. Why? Because I'll show you the combination after this. This move is basically threatening you to come over here and place a check over here, and also this knight can be captured as well. So if you do not do anything over here, the queen will just come in here and it will be checkmated. So you need to move your queen to e7 like this, and then after the knight captures, the queen will have to capture back, because now it won't be checkmated, because this square is relieved. The queen moved from that square, the king can move in now. So after the check, the king is safe, right? But it's not safe, because the next check is queen to f6 plus check, and this will grab the rook like this, and you're down by a rook as of the 15th 16th move. And after the pawn is pushed like this, knight can jump in and you can even capture this bishop. And after the rook captures, you can grab the pawn up, or if the queen captures, you can go for the queen exchange, and then you can just castle and launch an attack on the king, and uh, basically Tal will win this match. So because of that, he resigned the game as of the 12th move from this particular position. So thank you very much for watching. Very short game. In 12 moves the game finished. So I'm just explaining you the reason why the resignation happened. So thanks very much for watching. We'll be back with more such videos.